spring water provides much needed oxygen to the body and brain, aids in digestion, helps us maintain a healthy body weight, and tastes great as it never tastes boiled or flat. It makes for an excellent tasting experience. Located at 2 Creek Road, Kingston 6. You can call them 876-627-91145, that's 876-627-91145, or 876-807-5315. Where else to go when you're coming from afar to get to the races, especially when you have a double race meet on the weekend? See Horse Riders Inn, located at 17 Port Ellison Road, Portmore. Call and make your reservations. 876-704-624-527. That's 876-704-624-527. The Open Gate Show will have a moment with Dejah Campbell Blake, who is daughter of Everton Campbell, who started out first owning horses, DJ Boy, Region the Pilot, and currently owns Brinks and the Superlative, Jordan Rain. Dejah, welcome to the Open Gate Show.
Hi, Colin. Thank you.
Horse racing is a catchy sport. How did it all started out with you?
Well, so my dad is good friends with a coworker of his who happened to also be a horse race owner. So they used to talk a lot about horse racing and, just chat it up in the morning. And one day he asked my dad, there's a horse being claimed. Do you want to come in on it? So my dad was like, sure, I would like to. That horse was Mercury. Okay. So he wanted to come in, and he came in part owner with Mr. Pinnock on Mercury. He wasn't an official owner, but he was, contributing in the role of an owner in terms of, whatever the horse needed. And then he had his first win. I don't remember exactly the name of, I wrote it down, I'd like to call the name of the trainer. But they had their first win in Donovan Plummer, I believe it was.
Okay.
So you guys should know Donovan.
Yes.
Plummer. Exactly, yeah. So I wanted to say Donovan's name, and the jockey was O'Brien Skinty White.
Oh.
Probably know who that is.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to be able to say their names. So that was the first time my dad had an introduction into the sport. So, after that win, also during this time, we would go to the track with him. We were very new to the sport. We were very excited as children. I was about 16 years old, and, we're there with our little coins in pocket, betting. My mom didn't know, because she was in Canada, so she didn't know. But, we were interested in the sport then. So my dad took a keen interest into it, and he thought, I'd like to own my first horse officially. So Omar Walker, who is another jockey and good friend of my dad, and my late brother, Rajan Campbell, they both encouraged him to, and get in the sport. And Omar brought my dad to Mr. Da Costa to introduce him. And I remember Mr. Da Costa having an event to welcome. He wasn't just welcoming us, but he wanted to welcome us into his owners group. Mm-hmm. So he was having lunch for everybody, and me, my brother, my dad, my now husband, we were there with Mr. Da Costa and the other owners like Carlton Watson. So, that was the first experience being official owners. And the first horse was Rajan the Pilot. But funny story, that horse was supposed to be called Dejah's Boy. A lot of people don't know that. Rajan the Pilot was supposed to be called Dejah's Boy. But sadly, because my brother had passed away in that time, and he was so integral in the, the buying of the horse, the process. He was even there, my dad, the day when he went to do the interview to become an owner. So he was there with Omar and my brother again. So as a family, we came together and we thought, to memorialize him, let's call the horse Rajan the Pilot. So that whole story there is how we got into horse racing.
Now walk us through a bit with the untimely passing of your brother, who was the first instigator for the family to get involved in racing. How was that feeling? I mean, you don't have to relive it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's very delicate.
It's
but,
okay. Yeah.
You still went on. Was it because of what he had wanted, or tell us a little about that?
Yeah, it's mostly because of what he had wanted, and he is known, and I'm going to speak about him in the past. He is known to be a go-getter. He's one of those people that he comes up with ideas and he's on it right away. So he's the one that kind of, he'll tell the family, we're going to do this, and he's going to make the moves on it. And so, the way he passed, it kind of was sudden. So it's hard to just have someone die so suddenly and then allow all their dreams to die with them, if that makes sense. So that was never in the intention. The moment he died, everybody in the family was on the same page. We have to find a way to have him live on forever. Yes, so, as hard as it is, and the whole situation was, very heart-wrenching for the family, horse racing was one of those things in that time that sort of pulled us up a little bit, because right after that we had our first win with Rajan the Pilot. So, as hard as it was, it's like he was there with us, keeping us going. And then there's this iconic photo that we have, if I can send it to you, I'll send it, where we're in the ring right after, I think it was our first win, and Marvin is taking a picture and a plane flies right behind us. And everybody was like, when we saw it afterwards, we were like, whoa. Don't mean to be superstitious, but it was sort of special for that to happen, especially on our first win.
Well, incidentally, Rajan Campbell, her brother, what she spoke about, he succumbed to an incident involving a plane that he was piloting with another friend or co-pilot, the Tinsipen, I'm sure.
And another passenger.
Another passenger, I'm sure. Well, it was on the news and everything, and it's so tragic. And the Open Gate show, regardless of its long time ago, I extend my condolences and everything.
Thank you.
Dejah, you are a musician. Give us a bit on that, in that field where you are at present.
Okay, well, currently, without giving away too much, there's a lot happening behind the scenes regarding music. And there's a lot of recording happening. My other brother is an artist. As you know, my husband is an artist as well. So there's a lot of recording happening behind the scenes, and a lot of working on music behind the scenes, trying to form connections, trying to build spaces that are conducive to the growth regarding music. So that's where we are right now. It's not on a back burner. It's a consistent thing every single day, every day.
Well, you don't have an audience really, a live audience, but I'm sure a musician, they can't be shy. Is there a way you can just give us a little example of something to do with Open Gate or whatever, whichever.
All right, I'm just gonna sing something.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know when you lost one. Ooh, you know when you lost one. You go around and love different people to cope and forget all precautions. You drink and you smoke and you faded, you feel like it's your only option. Oh. And if it's too late, I understand. 'Cause sometimes it's too late to make amends. Just help me out before you let it go. There is one thing I need for you to know. Just don't have too much fun without me. Don't have too much fun. Please don't forget about me. Try not to love no one. Try not to love no one.
Well, good.
Thank you.
Good. So the pilot, Brinks, and Jordan Rain. Tell us what you can about each, and you know, and anything that is funny about either all of them or even one or two.
Okay, so Dejah's boy. I'm gonna start over Dejah's boy. Dejah's boy is the type of horse that he's focused. He has a lot of heart. You ask him to run, he's going to run. It's the type of horse that loves race day. So even when he's not running, he's at the cage, he's looking up. That's how he is. Every time the gates pass, as the gate opens, that's him right there. That's how he is. And it's that type of horse that, you know, he listens to you. Because if you go there and you talk to him and you say, listen, I'm looking for that win out to you. I want you to go and I want you to give me the best. He's going to give you that. He's going to give it to you. So I have a very special relationship with that horse because of that. But I also have a special relationship with all of them. So for Jean the pilot now, that horse is a fighter. That's one thing for sure. And he has not given up ever. That's a sure thing. He has fought to make him name. And he's the type of horse, very focused. He's that type of horse. You know, you hear of horses that give trouble? He's not one of them.
Okay.
He's a racehorse at heart. He's focused when it comes on to his racing, and he's one of those quiet horses. He's not gonna be one of them to rail up in the cage. He breaks very fast. So there are certain things that we know for sure when we see Virginia Pilot. If he's walking to his gate, I'm not worried that he's gonna rail up. Whereas I would be with Dejah's boy, I'm not worried with Pilot. And you know, when it comes down to just being a focused runner, the gates open, he's out. He's going for the front. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there are certain things that I just know about them in that regard. Brinks. When we just got Brinks, oh my God. That little horse, he's a little player, a little fun, you know, he loves playing. But once he started to become a racehorse, he'll bite you. He's like that, yeah. But you know, funny enough, I've not had an experience with any of them biting me. But the guys will go there and, you know, and you like nip at them. But, you know, he's one of them horses, you can play with the chin, rub him down, and, you know, he's very friendly. He knows us. When he sees us, he knows we're there. He starts doing this and nodding when we walk around when we break the corner. No, the powerhouse, Jordan's Rain, funny enough, is the angriest horse we have. Okay, he's very serious. A lot of people don't know that him and Rajan the pilot had a fight. I don't know how much they know about that. It was weird, you know, they had a fight in the trailer, but it was like, why? Why are you two brothers fighting? But you know what? He's one of those horses, he knows what he can do. When he first came to Jamaica, you know, Mr. Da Costa told us that this horse can be a hit or a miss. But from my experience, I can tell you, Colin, when I was there with the horse, he was sure of himself. That's who he was, very confident. He was short, very craven. He eats the most out of every horse that we have. He really does. And he'll be angry until you feed him. We went there like last week or something and he was upset. And I'm like, feed him. And he starts feeding him and he's good after that. He's just, you know, waiting for more. So he's one of them horses, gives you what you ask for. You can trust him, but he's very craven, very craven. He eats a lot. Yeah, so those are the different personality traits I can tell you about these different horses. Yeah, and they're like humans to me. They have their own personality. Yeah.
Incidentally, these horses were bought by the late great Wayne Acosta, yes. And of course Wayne. There are a few trainers that are complete horsemen. Wayne, Philip, if I may say myself, I will say it. Yeah. That can look at a horse and make a decision and yes. Say this and say that. And why those horses left from Wayne Acosta stable to Ian Prasad, I won't go there. But you know, life is like that. And
but you know what? It's nothing to hide. The truth is that the horse, Jordan's Rain, he railed up in the stall and he had a very bad cut in his hoof. I don't know if you call it a split hoof or whatever. And you know, it wasn't a malicious decision, it was a very frightened decision in the sense that we couldn't get any information. And we were sort of, you know, kind of hurt because Wayne Da Costa himself told everybody in that camp, make sure that this horse gets to that race. You understand what I'm saying? So when that happens, it was like very frightening to know that, that would happen. And then, it was just a very frightening decision to just say, let's just rush out and see if we can get this foot healed and see what can happen. So, like I said, it wasn't, there's no bad blood. I still have so much respect. Us as a family have so much respect for the Dacosta family, the Dacosta camp as well. You know what I'm saying? They're the first people who brought us into horse racing and, gave us the opportunity to do what we're doing now. So there's no love lost. There's still a lot of respect for them. Yeah.
See, it's great when you have trainers or horsemen or even jockeys
Yeah.
bringing in new owners into the game. We need a lot of that. And, Feliciani is at a stage now. There are quite a number of times I saw you early in the mornings traversing along the winning post up to the 2 furlong marker.
Yeah.
And I know that either Jordan Rain or one of your horses are there. What makes you so energized to wake so early in the morning, a female, to go and watch these horses exercise?
Well, Colin, to be honest with you, there is a special feeling being there in the morning. The happiest I am is when I get there extra early and there's nobody there. And I'm looking around and I'm like, wow. I kind of have these memories of just, watching the Secretariat movie, and I'm like, am I in a movie? That's what it feels like to see that it feels surreal. So being there and just being amongst the horses, and, I love animals, I love horses, I love the way that they are. I love the fact that they're so focused. They're one of the most focused animals. They know what they're there to do, and they go out there and they do it every single morning. So I just love the energy of being there and seeing the preparation. That's what I love. And I love being there to see the horses, like our horses. I want to see what they're doing, like to keep up with them, see what's happening every morning, watch them when they're taking a shower, when they're eating, whatever, Yeah.
The Open Gate Show, from its origin, the intention is to teach, to energize and try to play a part in horse racing. We're at this point in our discussion where how your love for horses, when you came there, you got bit by when I say bit, I'm speaking about the love.
Yeah.
If the promoting company could have excursions from the schools,
Yeah.
to see what goes on with horses, because it's not really gambling alone. I mean, there's so much fun that horse racing produces. So, as I say, there have to be some creative means in getting new owners. As a matter of fact, the kids coming there on a weekend will say, Mommy, I need to go to the track. And when Mommy says to Dad, let's go to the track. These days, when women are the leaders, Daddy's gonna go, you better go.
Gonna go, yeah.
So, we need some of that. Dejah, the horse racing, you will win some, you will lose some, you have ups and downs, you have all sorts of things. There were a time when the horses that your father and yourself were with, they weren't doing anything at all. And tell us about how it felt, and tell us about the togetherness in one accord to keep going and keep it up.
Well, you know what, to be quite honest with you, Colin, as much as it's a sport, there is a thing that goes on when we lose. And, for example, Regina Pilot, he has delivered, he's special to us not only because of my brother, but he has delivered to us a good amount of wins and places. So,
Sure.
That feels good when it happens, but when we lose, in whatever instance, whether it be through the races or even just with Dejah's boy being claimed, there's something that happens, and sometimes it's a tug of war between the family. Because my father will think, well, you know what, like you said, you win some, you lose some. And I'll break it down to the last T and say, this is where we lost the race. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll fight about it and be like, no, the race could have been won. So it's like that, like there was a big tug of war between Dejah's boy. I was like, do not claim that horse. Do not put that horse up to be claimed.
Okay.
And when the horse was claimed, I know every time the horse win, I go back to him and I said, you see what happened? You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, as much as it's a sport for us, there is a thing that happens when we lose. We don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose. And as much as you want to be gracious about it, I don't want to lose and I want to be honest, you know, and to me, I've seen where I've been honest with either the trainer or the jockey, and I've seen changes, you know. I've been honest with them and I said, you know, you could have won that race, you made a mistake there. Or I'll say to the trainer, as much as, you know, you don't want to hear it, but I'll say, maybe try this or try that, and he'll say, oh, all right, fine, I'm going to try it. And then it works a little bit. So, you know, like for my dad, he came extremely close to the Derby. Yes. And for 5 years, he has been in the sport wanting a Derby winner. He wanted a Derby winner. And it's been the one thing he has been consistent with saying. And then we got Briggs, and everybody was like, okay, it looks promising. But you know what? Nonetheless, even though this is one of the times when we did lose, but it was not as painful. So we came close to the Derby, and now we're Derby runner-ups. I'm not mad about it. That's one of the losses I'm really grateful about.
Well, you're here, and I would like you to tell us about that feeling. The last 2 furlongs of the Derby, what was their aspiration? What was in your mind? Tell us about that.
Well, you know what? I'm good friends with all 3 of the jockeys. I'm good friends with the agents of the jockeys. And this is a conversation we had in our backyard together. We were there having a little fun vibe, and we were all there arguing about who is going to win. Roman is there telling us he's going to win. Dane is going to say he's going to win. We're saying no, that's not going to happen. So even though I was watching the race and my fingers were really crossed, saying, come on, you got it going, just keep going, keep pushing. When Dane won, I was genuinely very happy for Dane as well. Very happy for Dane, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a good relationship, it's a family, and that's what I expect horse racing to be. You know, I have faith in these horses. I try to have very strong faith in our jockeys as well, as much as I can. But you know what? That Derby day was a happy day for us. We were there all decked out in our purple, cheering them on, praying for a safe ride, a safe run for all of them. And like you said, in that last furlong, it was left up to God, and you know, Atomic prevailed. So, you know, it's nothing, no hard feeling for me. Yeah.
I noticed the team dressed in purple. Is it KC or just a color?
Both. Well, both. It's in honor of my brother. He went to KC, and it was his favorite color. So, like I said, we're keeping him alive in every way that we can possibly. Yeah. It's
everybody's dream as an owner, trainer, jockey, groom to win the Derby all across the world, in all the racing jurisdictions. You mentioned the passion of winning the Derby. So obviously, well, the Derby is already run. Yeah. You know, the Derby can only be run once per year for 3 hours. Yeah. Surely, you should have some youngsters in the making coming, hoping that, you know, that dream can come true.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we do. You know, we're always trying to grow. I mean, obviously against my mother's wishes, because she's a Christian. But you know, we're trying to, you know, keep her firm in it. She's trying to pull. We're trying to pull her back. But you know, yes, we're growing the horse family. I love every single horse that we have just the same. Like I go to their cages, hug them up, form a relationship, rub their heads down, and so yes, we do have horses coming up.
Are they 2-year-olds or they're yearlings or 1-year originally?
Well, there is. I think it's both. I think it's both. I think we have 1 yearling and about 2-year-olds. That's what I think. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Are they named after your brother or a pilot, or I mean with the letter pilot?
Funny enough, no. One of them. I don't know if I'm allowed to call the name.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course.
But one of them is called Double the Cash, and I can't name the other 2. But I can tell you that one of them has something to do with a little bit of royalty, just like Rain. So, yeah, that should give you a little idea. Hopefully. I'm not sure that it's set in stone as yet, but they're leaning towards it.
Yeah, we have a horse by the name of Double the Cash.
But, yeah.
Already. But according to the rules,
Oh, you can't have the same name.
You
Yeah, I know.
can. If the horse is a gelding or is deceased and is a, when you say a male or a colt.
Yeah.
But if it's a filly,
It's not a filly.
it's not a filly. So, but you can spell the
Differently. That's
differently,
it.
and
Yeah.
hopefully the Racing
Yeah.
Commission
Yeah.
accepts it.
Mhm.
It's obvious your love, your figure, your enthusiasm for horses and horse racing. What's your future plan to get more into the industry, if you could reveal that?
Well, yeah, sure. Actually, I'm looking into becoming a trainer. Me and my husband are talking about it seriously. The only thing is that I know that the Jamaican process is a little bit long, so we're considering going overseas to do it to see if we could probably speed up the process. But it's in the works, it's in the mind, somewhere.
Well, it's much easier overseas. You don't have to do.
Yeah.
Well, from what I know, I think you spend a year with a trainer, and they just give you a bridle or something to fit up, a bandage your leg, saddle a horse, and the next day you can go nominate as a trainer.
Yeah.
Of course, different jurisdictions,
Yes.
Jamaica, everything is difficult.
Yeah.
So we have to see, and
Yeah. So
I hope I'll be still around
Yes.
to see and say, well, there with Dejah, we
Yeah.
interviewed her once, and wish you all the best of luck
Yeah.
in that category. Is there anything from your perspective that you see happening in our horse racing industry that could make better? Because you're young, you're new, and I'm sure the promoters will one day soon see this interview, and maybe they could look at your proposal. Is there anything that you would like to divulge?
Well, for me, I would hope that the process for more people like me or who don't know the process, that the process would be easier or a little bit more understandable. I know that there are certain standards that you must meet, and I'm not saying to relax all of them, but I'm saying that those standards sometimes prevent some people from being able to meet that, even if they have the tenacity or the hope. So, I would hope that they'll make some amount of shifts to widen or broaden the type of people that can come into horse racing. And then once you do come into horse racing, I would hope that a part of being an owner or a trainer or a groom or anything along that line would be some amount of financial literacy. Because, horse racing is a very tricky game, can get it and lose it like that. So, I would hope that, some amount of financial literacy is taught to owners and grooms and trainers. That's pretty much it.
Well, everything's easy. For example, that's what makes the United States so great. Everything is simplified.
Yeah.
Because time is money, time is life, and so many things. And we're because of social media and the way things are now, everything goes very fast.
Yeah.
So we have to change the times. We can't live as 30, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, that point that you made is well taken. Females in horse racing as trainers, it's a man's sport, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
But I see your stance where I think you'll do well.
Yeah.
Right? Because you seem to know the ins and outs, not been in racing for long,
yeah.
but you have the right mentality, if my opinion is okay. What do you think would make the Rajon Jordan Rain actually?
Yes.
He has won 5 races straight now.
Yeah.
And he's currently the top horse in
Yeah.
Jamaica. In your opinion, I don't know, maybe I don't know if the trainer Ian Passard might divulge. Getting beyond a mile, our team, Jordan Rain, Are they very optimistic that he can get beyond the man?
Well, you know what? This horse has proven himself. Like I said before, when Mr. Da Costa bought him for my dad, he said this horse can be a hit or a miss. And the reason Mr. Da Costa said that was because his father didn't throw any studs before that. This was his first set, so no one was sure what would happen. And so far, Musla's children have been very good.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'm optimistic, never overconfident. As a team, we're not overconfident. We're optimistic. We're trying to be well prepared, and we love horse racing. We look forward to just the competitiveness, and we look forward to just being a part of the sport. So, you know, I am optimistic and confident, but I'm still fair about it. Yeah.
Going back a bit to when Jordan Rain wasn't really performing.
Yeah.
During my show, analyzing horses
Yeah.
and everything, and a horse moves from a stable to another, I normally say that a change of stall, a change of groom
Yeah.
can work wonders. That doesn't mean that who is getting the horse
Yeah.
is better.
Yeah.
And it is proven over and over. Jordan Rain had the top groom at Immersed stable,
Yeah.
and I don't know if the horse was taken from him or he says, okay, he wants the horse to
Yeah.
give to someone else. Enlighten us on that issue, if it is an issue.
Well, you know, it's not an issue. I love Goathead. He knows that when I see him, I have a good relationship with all of them. They know that.
Goathead
So-
is the nickname for the
That's his
groom.
nickname.
Yeah.
So we have a good relationship, all of them. My dad is not the type of person. He's not domineering about it. He's never domineering about it. I'm more a domineering one, but he's not the type to call and say, "Hey, change this guy, change it." No, he's not that. You know what I'm saying? He won't even make suggestions. I am the one that will call up and make suggestions. But you know what? At the end of the day, I trust the trainer. I trust both of them, both Ian and his son Peter, who is the main trainer now for Jordan's Reign. I trust him. I trust his decisions, and if they saw it fit to shift things around, then so be it. Me and Magaman and my husband and Magaman, we all have a good relationship as well. Magaman is very focused. He's a good groom, very good at what he does, and just as Goosey is as well, Hercules, the whole camp, Tony, you know, big them up because they do what they do very well. Magaman is very diligent, not timely, but diligent. So he'll come, and you know what? When he's doing it, he does it with tenacity. He does it with force, focus. He's like that. So you know what? I don't mind. I don't. You know, even if Goathead had him, I believe that Goathead would do a good job, just as Magaman is doing right now. So yeah, I mean Goosey. You know, we don't have the same groom for every horse.
True.
So that shows you know what I'm saying? And I have a very good relationship with Goosey. When we go to the stables, I sit, anything I find, I sit down and we sit down, we talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
If Goosey is the groom of Briggs, and
Yeah.
Magaman actually, in acquiring Rajon the Pilot, in acquiring Jordan Rain, that horse hasn't lost. I guess because getting that horse, he wanted to prove something, and he definitely proved. When is the next engagement, if you may say, for Jordan Rain and Briggs?
The next race for both of them is the Gold Cup, which is coming up in, I think it's the next 2 weeks, the 22nd of October. Yes, so that's the next engagement for both of them, the Gold Cup.
Well, the big one will be with a purse money of $125,000 US, going a mile in December the 3rd.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And there's another prestigious race on November the 11th. Normally the Super Stakes weekend, if we don't have a Super Stakes again. And the Open Gate Show wishes Team Jordan Rain all the best, because for once he stays okay.
Yeah.
I'm a trainer, I'm a horseman.
Yeah.
And I'm not buttering Team Jordan Rain, but I
Yeah.
think he is the leading contender, and I think if all goes well,
Yeah.
he will win both races.
Thank you.
I noticed there is a change of jockey, I see Dick Cardenas exercising
Yeah,
Jordan Ray a lot.
yeah,
And understanding that Dane Dawkins will be riding Atomico.
yeah.
Why Dick Cardenas? I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, but
No, yeah, yeah.
a lot of people are listening,
Yeah.
and you know the big races are coming up. You know, I just want to understand it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm more for an experienced jockey over an apprentice, even if the apprentice does come in lighter, because I believe that an experienced jockey knows how to connect with the horse.
Sure.
Now, I'm a big fan of Dick Cardenas. My husband is a big fan of Dick Cardenas as well. And you know what? I've watched him throughout the years, and I've seen how he works. He's a focused jockey, and when he goes on my horse, I trust his decisions. I don't feel the need to be in the ring and say to him, try this, or I don't feel the need to even call up the trainer and say, tell him to do this. I don't feel that need. So, you know, it's not really, like I said, with us, it's never a malicious decision, but it's about being smart about what we do. And, you know, there's no disrespect to no jockey, but if, you know, I believe if you get your chance and, you know, you haven't done so, it's not that you're not a good jockey, it just might be that you're not a good fit for this particular horse, if that makes sense. So, you know, that's just how we look at it. Yeah. And the next person that's a good jockey for him is also Dane. Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this, but you seem to be at the helm of the decisions and all the things for your dad horses.
I most certainly am, because I'm the first one. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
because and you know what, it's not in a bad way, but it's like I love this sport so much, and you know, I don't like to see a moment come and go. I need to see in that moment you put out all the stops, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then I can rest easy with that. But I don't want to see anything half done and then say, well, it could have gone that way. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, my dad is a very calm guy, very relaxed, and for him, he just loves the sport, and as long as, you know, he gets a win every now and then, he's happy. But I break it down more technically than that, and I say, okay, let me watch the race. My husband is even worse than me, you know him.
Yeah.
And he'll sit down and watch the same race 15 times back to back, and I kid you not. And he'll bring it all the way down to the millisecond and say, see that? See that? You see that? So, you know, it's not about being just, you know, first point, but it's just about really breaking it down technically into a formula way so that, yeah, you know, I can explain it better, yeah.
Well, DJ, I am very grateful,
Yeah.
the Open Gate Show, to have you here,
Thank you.
elaborating on a lot of things that involved with owning a horse,
Yeah.
making decisions, riding with the ups and downs, being optimistic and having faith. And I'm sure this interview will encourage other females, as well as males, to get into the sport. It's a wonderful sport. It's very relaxing, it's faceted with so many areas of excitement. As I say, you don't have to gamble. The good cuisines, it's good to watch the fans riding their horses and everything.
Yeah.
It's such a glamorous sport. And I encourage you to try to get a young horse, try your luck. And, you know, it's great for the kids as well. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, and thank you
for
for having me, Colin.
Oh.
Yeah.
DK water, very good for the entire body. Call them. This water doesn't taste flat or boiled. They're located at 2 Creek Road, Kingston 6. You can call them at 876-627-91145. That's 876-627-91145 or 876-805-877 rather. 5315. That's 876-807-5315. And remember, we have a lot of double race meet over the weekend. And if you're from afar, where else to stay? About Seahorse Riders Inn, located at 17 Port Anderson Road, Portmore. You can call them to make your reservation, 876-704-6245-7. That's 876-704-6245-7. Take care and encourage others to subscribe to the Open Gate Show. We have lots of previews, interviews, specials And of course, every weekend we have the analysis of the race meet. The Open Gate Show always does well and help you, especially on the weekend. I'm understanding that the Open Gate Show had 9 winners and out of the top 2 selections, and that's great. Take care. Stay tuned.